auditioning, you may not even want to be in the show. You know? I mean, maybe the show is really crude, or you just may not like the show very much. So make sure before you just go and say, well, KoKo said I should audition for lots of things, I'm just going to go out and audition for everything that's coming out. Do some research and make sure you want to be a part of that show. And also familiarize yourself with the script and with the music, because in doing that, you may realize, oh, there's not really a part for me anyway. For what I can do, there's not really a role for me in that show. Also, for the callbacks, they're probably going to have you read from the script or sing songs from the show, so you want to be familiar with it so that you are prepared to do that. Don't apologize or make excuses for anything. If you are sick, don't tell the director that you're sick. There's no need to tell us, because you know what? We're professionals, and we can usually tell that you're sick. Really, there's no need to tell us, there's no need to apologize. You come out and you sing to the best of your ability in whatever condition you're in, and we may or may not say, you're not feeling well today, are you? So that we know, oh, okay, their real singing voice is probably better. Maybe we'll call them back so we can hear them when they're well. But you don't need to tell us that, because in a live performance, if you're sick, the show must go on. You're gonna have to get on stage and sing anyway, right? Sort of one. Okay, I would suggest putting together a resume. It should be on one piece of paper, it should be neat, it should be organized, and I'm not going to go over all of this, but these are the things that you should have on here. Okay, it's on this little piece of paper. If you don't have very much performance experience, you can put stuff on there like technical theater experience. Even on your acting resume, you can put technical experience, because the actor or the director may want to know that you have been involved in theater for a while and you have had lots of theater experience. It just may not have been all on stage. I'm not going to go over everything, but that's a list of the things that you should have in your musical theater repertoire. Basically, you want to have as much stuff as possible so that you've got the perfect piece for each show, because you don't want to necessarily sing Rodgers and Hammerstein music at a Stephen Sondheim audition. Okay? Stephen Sondheim has a very unique style, and to be perfectly honest, you should really sing something Stephen Sondheim at a Stephen Sondheim audition, because he's that drastically different from everybody else in the world. Okay? Like what? What does he do? Oh, Stephen Sondheim, he wrote Merrily We Roll Along and Into the Woods and Sweeney Todd and Sunday in the Park with George. And it's the same with straight plays. If you audition for a Shakespeare show, you need to use a Shakespeare monologue. You don't use a modern day monologue to audition for Shakespeare, because they're just too different. And that's the way it is with Sondheim, really. You need to use a Sondheim song. Along with that, if you're a non-Shakespeare show, don't use a Shakespeare monologue, okay? It's not going to really do you any good. You need to use something that is appropriate for the show. So with the monologues, your minimum requirement for the monologue, so that you're ready for any audition, would be a contemporary comedy, a contemporary drama, and a Shakespeare. Unless you just hate Shakespeare and you know you're never going to audition for Shakespeare, then maybe you don't want to have a Shakespeare monologue. But those would be the three, and then I listed some more if you really want to build a good repertoire for monologues, and those are the other ones that you could make eye contact with the people in the room, okay? You're going to take your music over to the pianist. You're going to show her, you're going to say thank you very much for your help. You're going to show her your music and make sure that your music is clearly labeled. And I prefer, and probably Lori would too, a different color other than black, so that it clearly says start and stop here, okay? And also give her your tempo, because it's not her fault if you forget to give it to her and then you start and it's the wrong tempo and you're like, that's not how it goes. You didn't tell her. So come over here and make sure you tell her, give her the tempo, 1, 2, 3, 4, or if you feel better, instead of counting, singing the beginning part 4, you can say, some people get thrilled. She can get it from that too. And then when you come back out, you are in the center, you find your light. You may be on a stage, you may be in a room, but like in this room right here, I would want to make sure that I can feel that glare of that light right there on my face, okay? So that you guys can see me well.